The Latinos joined with us to benefit themselves off of our struggle. And once they got all they felt that they could get, they disappeared and never mentioned your name again. And now when Latinos struggle, they struggle only as Latinos. They never mention how black people helped them.
What these racist Latinos do is that they use black people to do all the legwork, to fight racism with civil rights and allow not only black people but minorities or non-white people in general all across the states to be able to work, have jobs, go to schools, get some kind of government funding, all of these stuff, even with school loans and everything, even with low-income housing. That was off the backs of black people, by black people breaking through the system, shutting down some of these racist laws that wouldn't allow minorities to do certain things. So what they do is they use black people to do all the legwork and fight racism. Then once black people open the doors for everybody, every race, now they want to separate themselves and act like they don't know you and be racist and discriminate against you.
And once they got to where they wanted to be, they jumped off the black bandwagon and they never mentioned you again. Gonna use your dumb, multicultural, low self-esteem having ass. They're gonna use you as the front man. And they're going to get all the gains. And once they deplete all the resources from your civil rights and community programs, they're going to jump off your back and act like they never knew you. Lord have mercy. We do not learn from our history.
So we were in class and we were discussing the topic of racism, scientific racism, and just the concept of race in general. And one of my classmates who's Hispanic mentioned how in Hispanic countries racism isn't like really an issue and racism isn't as big of a thing as it is in the United States. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I'm Cuban. The most racist shit I've ever heard in my life has come from other Hispanics, especially other Cubans. Like my mom knows this lady who she grew up in Cuba, so she wasn't ever exposed to American style racism. And she has a daughter who married a dark skinned Dominican dude. This lady damn near had a goddamn heart attack, bro. Talking about, oh no, how could my daughter be with an N-word? How could my daughter marry an N-word? Like, bitch, what? I mean, I guess you could say that in our countries we're not as physically separated from one another based on race the same way that they are in the United States. But people in Hispanic countries and Hispanics in general just be racist as fuck, like, period. Of course, it's not the majority of us Hispanics, and it's not even close to the majority of us. But it still is very much an issue in our community and in our countries. Like, bro, this one kid that had just come from Cuba in middle school saw this black girl running track, and he looked at me, a fucking black Cuban, and said, oh, even monkeys need exercise, about the girl that was running track. The idea of scientific racism and the idea that there are superior races was invented in America to justify the enslavement of black people, but it's spread throughout the whole world. So the whole world has a racist problem. It's not just an American thing. It's something that has persisted among the whole global population.